Hi, friends. Well, today is Tuesday, Weight Watcher weigh-in day, and it is a bonus week. And what I mean by that is I went to my Weight Watchers weigh-in meeting place, and when I got there, I noticed, oh my gosh, there's hardly no one's car in the parking lot. And I went in, and I'm like, what is going on? And they go, well, we don't have any electricity. So we're just kind of sitting here cold and in the dark, and we're just going to let you sign in, but there's no way in because there's just no electricity. And I was like, oh my gosh, what could be better than not having to weigh in the week after Thanksgiving? I said, sweet! Even though I think I did pretty good. I think I basically maintained where I was at last week according to the scale that I now have at home. So it's just kind of a good, that was just a good boost to get really going hard on this next week. I did, however, talk to my instructor for a few minutes and just kind of told her that I'm sort of sitting on the fence with this new purple plan, which I believe is designed for those who are carbohydrate lovers like myself. And I kind of talked to her about I'm really getting down to those last 3 pounds of my goal weight. But I'm still going to continue on and try to lose an additional maybe 4 pounds, 5 pounds. I'm once I get to my goal weight, I am going to continue on with whatever program I'm on, the blue plan or the purple plan, and try to shed about between 3 and 5 more pounds. And that's where I'm going to kind of anchor myself to stay at, and just give myself that nice kind of leeway there, not to go below that, not to go above that. So I talked to her about that, and I also talked to her about the fact that I've not plateaued at all since I've been on the program, which has been, some of you have asked me, since February 19th of 2019 this year. So I have basically lost 46.5 pounds, and I just have 3 pounds to go until my goal weight. But like I said, I'm going to try to shed a few more pounds after that. And I'm just kind of teetering right now. Now, I did switch plans from the blue plan, which I had been on all of these past months, to the purple plan, which I think I like. You get less points, but you get a few more free foods that don't count towards those points. But I noticed that at first I had to adjust distributing the points out, because I might have had too many points that I gave myself for between breakfast and noon, and then when I got down to dinner, I was lacking in points. So the instructor had mentioned, why don't you kind of divide them up evenly between each meal if you can, or just try to save those points for the meal that you have during the day that's your heaviest. So I did that, but I noticed that now it's almost like my body is kind of wanting to plateau, so I really have to push it. And yeah, I'm going to admit it, I have been lacking in exercise, certainly not around the house because I've been a busy bee, but I was riding my bike very faithfully, and I know that was helping, but then it got just too stinking hot here. So what's my excuse now as I sit in my cute little sweater that I have been dying to wear all year because it's really cold out? But I may do that this afternoon and go for a walk. And I've got to get it in before 4:30 because then it really starts getting dark out now. But anyways, besides all that, so we had like a free week this week where we just signed in, but we had no weight that we're reporting. I think it's neither here nor there. I do want to talk a little bit about survival and surviving the holidays, and that could be for any event. Is it possible to do Yes, it is. Do you have to have the right mindset? Yes, you do. So, what does that mean? That you go around with a sullen face or just being miserable? No, I can't have, I can't have. No. On Thanksgiving, for example, I said, I can have, I will have, I am going to have. I made the choices. Now, a couple of tips. I don't think there was anything that I served that I didn't want. And so I took a big, like a tablespoon serving spoon, not one of those big servings, but a good size tablespoon. And I did a heaping mound of stuffing, a heaping mound of mashed potatoes, a heaping mound of sweet potato casserole. And then I did a little bit of the green bean casserole. I did a little bit of the strawberry pretzel salad. And then, of course, I just went a little heavier on the protein, which was the white turkey meat. And I felt like, okay, that's kind of my safe place to go so I can start to get filled up. Even though it was basted in wine and butter. But that's the choice I made. I also made the choice that I was going to enjoy pie. I baked a pumpkin pie and a pecan pie, and I was going to enjoy it. But I told myself, do I need to have full pieces of each? I mean, yeah, the mind was saying yes. But the little conscience sitting on my shoulder was going, oh, no, you don't need that much. So after dinner, I felt really comfortable. It wasn't one of those, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so sleepy, I've just got to take a nap. It wasn't one of those, oh, I got to unsnap my button. And then later on, oh, I got to unzip the zipper. No, I was very comfortable. So I cut a serving piece of pie, a regular serving piece, and then I cut it in half. For pumpkin, I did the same thing for the pecan and cut it in half. And I did enjoy both of those. I wanted to taste that crust and that yumminess inside, and I did. Now, I was feeling a little uncomfortable after that. Really, it just it was a lot. But it soon passed, and it was delicious, and I loved, every bite. And I know on my last video, I had mentioned that scientifically they've proven that it's only the first 2, maybe 3 bites that you actually taste and enjoy, and the rest you're just eating. Well, I gotta tell you, I feel like I tasted every single chew, every bite of that pie, and it was so good. Now, what's better than leftovers? Friday leftovers. To me, nothing. It's like right up there with Friday shopping, Black Friday. But I didn't do Black Friday, and I didn't do heavy leftovers. I did go for the turkey, and I just needed one more bite of sweet potato casserole and one more bite of stuffing. I didn't make it a heaping tablespoon. I just took a teaspoon and scooped it out, put the meat on my plate, put the stuffing in the potato casserole, and no more pies except just a little snippet on the crust with just a little bit of pecan filling. And I called it quits, and it was the choice I made. I could have overindulged, but I'm learning that I don't need to do that. I don't need to sabotage my eating. I don't need to sabotage my thinking. I just need to know that I can, and that I am going to, and that I will make the right choices for food. And I think it's just as easy to get back on track. Now, I did check my weight, and it had fluctuated up one day, and then, the night of Thanksgiving, the next morning, and then down, because I did have some sodium filled foods. I made a beautiful meat and cheese tray, and of course there was salami and prosciutto and cheeses and stuffed green olives and black olives and foods that just screamed sodium. So a little bit of water retention, but I had that on Thanksgiving, and that was it. Yes, there's leftovers, and yes, there's crackers left over, and what an easy snack to make. But I realized I've had enough. And I don't want to continue to do that on a daily. So I think I survived. I think I survived well. And next week, we'll see the true test of what I did for this past week and next week. But I'm just getting down so close. This is my plan. My plan is I would love to be at my goal weight and then some by the end of the year. Now, that might be pushing it, but I think in 4 weeks, I should be able to do it. I don't know, but if I'm close, I'm close. And what difference does it make? It doesn't. I'm just setting that goal for myself because I have new goals to set for next year, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. This has been challenging, and it's been a wonderful learning experience, and it's been a way that I've been able to convince myself that you can teach an old dog new tricks, and you can make a commitment. You can do it. There's nothing to stop you except denial and false excuses. And so I have some new commitments that I want to make for the new year, and continue on with this journey. And so it's just a good report this week. It was kind of a, we don't get to weigh in. Now, had I had been like on my goal weight or really, hey, I hit my goal weight, I probably would have been like, no, take the scale next door where there's electricity and let's plug that sucker in. But no sense in rushing things now. I've done this at a good pace, at a healthy pace, and I want to continue on with it. So I'm happy. So until my next video, I am in the midst of working on trying to get some filming done for my little Christmas house tour. It's not much this year. The season is short. And so I've put some things out, and I've shared just little snippets of my tree, and I'll just go ahead and share with you some of the little decorations that I've put out. But until my next video, and so start thinking now. If you're on the fence, or if you've been thinking, I want to start a new program, I want to start off new, and I just don't even want to attempt it now because the season is too hectic with parties and socializing around food, and think seriously about making that commitment to yourself, and think about checking into the Weight Watcher program. It has been around for years. I sound like a commercial now, but I know it works. Guys, I'm a lifetime member, okay? I fell off the wagon, and I got into some really bad habits, and I never really learned what I've learned this time around. And so I'm looking forward to the challenge of maintenance, and I'm going to share that journey with you too. So until my next video, be kind, be humble, and age gracefully. Bye.